If you're curious about the current coronavirus spread rate, then you're gonna wanna keep watching this video because I'm about to show you a lot of data into how things are looking right now as far as the spread on a state-by-state level, which states are increasing their numbers at what rate. So keep watching this video, hit the thumbs up button if you get value and you find this video helpful. Leave a comment below if you have any questions at all and want to give your thoughts on what you think is going to play out with this whole coronavirus. So let's go ahead and jump into it, starting with this first article that I found that top health officials are monitoring nationwide protests in fear of the actual spread, and they should be worried. I mean, I'm freaking worried about it. Right now, I'm shooting this in early June, and the protests seem to just be ramping up, like they're getting more and more prevalent. So yes, it's good that people are wearing masks, but we just got out of lockdown. And I know that the movement is great and it has to happen and it should have happened years ago, and we need to be able to make this big change with the cops and with, you know, the overall racism that's happening in this country. It's just a bummer that it had to happen on the back of a pandemic, or is it the back of a pandemic? I mean, we're still fully in it. I'm gonna show you the numbers here, but the protests, they need to happen. It's just, you know, during a pandemic is a challenge. So real quick, I just want to show you like some of the states and what things are looking like. You know, here's South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. I mean, all over the entire country and the world, which is crazy, is that these protests are happening. So here's just a quick map of the United States. And as you can see, California, I mean, from border to border, you know, coast to coast, it is very prevalent, especially up in the Northeast. As you can see up here in New York, Chicago, Washington, a lot of little blue dots are up there, right? Down in Florida, in the Southeast. So, I mean, these protests are happening everywhere, and we're about to jump into what that looks like on a state-by-state level. So let's just take a quick look at what some of these pictures are looking like. So, I mean, a lot of people are, like thousands of people are gathering together, and the movement is great. I'm a huge fan of the movement. It's just scary that it's happening during this outbreak. Look at, a lot of these people are wearing masks, which is great, but then I question how great and effective are masks. Is it really gonna stop the spread? Is it gonna minimize it? Either way, if it minimizes it, which we know that it does, that's good. Stopping it completely though, I don't think these masks, you know, look at them. Some of them are cloth, some of them are just the basic medical. And when you have this amount of people in one area like that, you know, it just doesn't seem like the mask is gonna do much. And especially because some people get tired, so they pull the mask down under their chin, then they're exposed, and then they're also, you know, touching things, touching their face and stuff. So it's scary. It really, I'm pretty nervous. I mean, that's a smaller group. This is actually overseas. I think this picture was taken in the UK. But just wanted to look through some of these pictures. A lot of these were taken just this last weekend. You know, I'm shooting this on a Monday in early June, and a lot of the protesting is going on over the weekend. So just massive crowds of people. I mean, it's crazy. Like all around the White House, they've got thousands of people just walking around. So let's go ahead and jump now into the numbers on a state-by-state level. So if this virus was petering out, which I think we all hoped, I personally thought that we would have been in the clear by now. I really thought that June was gonna be like, we would be done with this. But as you can see by these numbers, this is Alabama. And it is just going up and up and up and up. And yes, it takes a little break here where it starts to go sideways a little bit. That's what we want to see. We want to see this line go sideways, and then it just keeps on trucking up. And, you know, we reopened around Memorial Day. Right now, the numbers that we're getting is a little bit of Memorial Day as well as a little bit of the protests. I'll probably do an update video on this to, you know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now to really see the severity of the protests and what's that doing to the numbers. But Alabama is definitely still going up. If we look at Arizona, I mean, that is going vertical. I mean, if we look at, okay, so yesterday was the 7th, so there was 27,000 cases in Arizona. The day before that was 25,500. The day before that was 24,000. So, I mean, Arizona needs to get things together because is spreading fast there. And people say like, well, the heat affects it, it slows down the spread. Arizona is hot. Why is it spreading so fast in Arizona? And maybe that's related to the protests, maybe it's not really sure. California, we're looking for things to start going sideways. And when you look at these charts, that's California, let's look at Colorado. Not many of them are going sideways. Colorado seems like it's kind of rolling over, like it's getting a little bit flatter, so that's good to see. Connecticut rolling over, that little bit right there, that's what you really want to see. Florida is picking back up, and I'm here in Florida, and I've been looking at our local counties and how many cases. I've been seeing a big uptick in our counties. I'm in Orlando, Florida, so Florida's going up. Georgia, just a straight up 45-degree angle, just hiking up. And it seems crazy that we did reopen when we are just still going up and up and up. Like, you would think that we would roll over and start to flatten out, and that's what I thought that would happen. If we reopen, then that's what happened. But Illinois is actually looking pretty good because there are a lot of protests happening over in Chicago. So Illinois to flatten out like this looks pretty good. Kansas flattening out a little bit. That actually looks pretty good. I would say that looks really healthy. Kentucky, wow, the last 2 days have just been flat, but it definitely has been going up and up and up. Maine really going up. That's pretty high right there. Massachusetts looking pretty good. Michigan, this is really interesting. I looked at this one earlier, and to see that in one day it went from 54,000 cases to 60,000 cases, so roughly 6,000 new cases in a day. This data may be a little bit off, maybe not 100%, but if this is even slightly accurate, then Michigan is really, they need to slow things down a bit. Minnesota, now this is obviously where a lot of the protesting has been happening. That's pretty steep incline right there. Mississippi still going up. Missouri, looks like the past couple days have been pretty fair. Let's see here. Let's see New Mexico. That's going up pretty strong. New York is definitely looking good. I mean, I'm surprised by how good it's looking because that is really flattening out right there. That is really interesting. Let's look at New Jersey. New Jersey's the same, really flattening out. So that is really great to see because those two states were hit hard. Let's see, Ohio. And by the way, so if you want to see this, you go to Johns Hopkins University coronavirus. If you Google that term, you should be able to find this like interactive chart. It's got the US information, it's got the world map, which by the way, we are just about to hit 2 million cases across the US. In the US alone, 2 million cases, over 110,000 deaths from this virus, which is crazy. Pennsylvania's looking good. South Carolina, I looked at this one earlier. Look how much it is picking up. So they went from 12,000 to 13,500 and then up to 14,000. So roughly 1,000 new cases a day. That was one of the states that is pretty big for protests. So they need to figure something out, man. Whoever is running South Carolina needs to figure out how they can protest in a safer way. But yeah, let me just show you a couple more here. Washington, I know, is where a lot of protests are going on. But yeah, it's crazy. I hope that we can get our numbers in order before it comes time for fall. I really do believe that we're going to have a second wave. It's just a matter of how big is it going to be. With the Spanish flu, with the H1N1 virus, the second waves were bigger than the first. So is that going to play out here? Are we going to have a bigger second wave than the first one? The Spanish flu actually had 3 waves. So I don't know. I'm nervous. Stay safe. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you found it helpful. Hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment below letting me know what you think about the second wave. Do you think it's going to be bigger, smaller, the same size as the first wave? And hopefully we can just get through this because I'm honestly getting really tired and annoyed of this whole virus spread. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.